आप सभी को नमस्ते. Myself Dr. Deepti Bisht, Professor Kai Chikitsa Department in Faculty of Ayurveda Sciences, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Today I am going to start the topic hepatitis. So आप सभी को इस आशीर्वाद के साथ कि हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. Let's start the topic hepatitis. As you know, hepatitis is inflammation of liver tissues, usually manifested as yellow discoloration of the skin and eyes, which we call as jaundice, reduced appetite, vomiting or nausea, abdominal pain, diarrhea, etc. And there may be fever also. All of you are familiar with the terms like hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, D, and E. All these are the viral hepatitis. Now, come to the types. I have divided them into two types. The first classification I have done according to their stages. That is acute hepatitis, chronic hepatitis, and fulminant hepatitis. Now, another classification we can do on the basis of the infectious agent or the causative agent. The first one is infectious hepatitis, which may be viral or parasitic or bacterial. The second is metabolic hepatitis, which may be alcoholic, non-alcoholic, or drug-induced, or toxic toxic drug-induced. The third one is autoimmune, which is due to the production of autoantibodies, and the last others, in which we can include the genetic hepatitis or ischemic hepatitis, which I am going to explain in next slide. Now, first of all, acute hepatitis. Acute hepatitis is usually viral. Most commonly it is viral hepatitis, and usually it resolves in 2 to 6 months. It can progress to chronic hepatitis, rarely results in acute liver failure. And if we talk about the course, initial symptoms which we can see are nausea, vomiting, fatigue, poor appetite, headache, body ache, fever, etc. After 1 to 2 weeks, yellowing of skin and sclera, enlarged liver, right abdominal pain or discomfort can be seen. The last stage is the recovery phase, in which clinical symptoms slowly resolve with persistent elevations in liver function tests. In case of hepatitis B, it mostly resolves in 3 to 4 months, while hepatitis A and E resolve after 1 to 2 months. Next is chronic hepatitis. When hepatitis continues for more than 6 months, it is called chronic hepatitis. Usually it is detected by liver function tests and symptoms like fatigue, nausea, vomiting, joint pain, and later jaundice. This hepatitis can interfere with hormonal functions of the liver, mostly in female cases, and the symptoms which we can see are acne, hirsutism, amenorrhea, etc. In advanced conditions, there may be cirrhosis, ascites, edema, etc. Next is fulminant hepatitis. It is a rare and a dangerous complication of acute hepatitis, and mostly it is seen in case of hepatitis B, hepatitis D, or hepatitis E. Clinical features are the signs of acute hepatitis or coagulopathy or encephalopathy. Coagulopathy means there is some defect in coagulative agent, so easy bruising, bleeding can be seen. Encephalopathy means there is some dysfunction in brain work, so the conditions like confusion, disorientation, delirium can be observed. The complications which are very fatal for the patient are gastrointestinal bleeding, sepsis, cerebral edema, and kidney failure. Now comes to the hepatitis according to their causative agents. First of all, viral hepatitis, which is the most common type of hepatitis. Under viral hepatitis, hepatitis A and hepatitis E are usually self-limiting, and the mode of transmission is fecal-oral route. Hepatitis B and hepatitis C are mostly transmitted through body fluids, blood, or mucous membrane. In adults, hepatitis B is usually self-limiting, while hepatitis C usually leads to chronic infection. The next hepatitis is parasitic hepatitis, and the most common protozoans which involve are Trypanosoma cruzi, Leishmania. They basically cause the inflammation of the liver cells. And another one is Entamoeba histolytica, which usually cause the liver abscess. So you all have heard the term amoebic dysentery. That is due to Entamoeba histolytica, and in advanced cases there may be formation of liver abscess. And clinical features are usually symptoms of acute hepatitis with increased serum immunoglobulin E. The another hepatitis is bacterial hepatitis. Here, the most common bacteria which involve are Escherichia coli and Klebsiella pneumoniae. Basically, they cause the pyogenic abscess in liver. Another bacteria are Salmonella species, Neisseria species like Neisseria meningitidis and Neisseria gonorrhoeae. They basically cause the acute form of hepatitis. If not treated well, these bacterial hepatitis may lead to chronic liver failure and may be very fatal to patients. So these are some types of hepatitis which I have discussed. In next topic, I will be describing another types of hepatitis. So hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any queries, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. And this session was powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Thank you. Have a nice day.